have I got a fun style for you today. I have a brand new style from Envy. She is short, she is sassy, she is voluminous, curly, all the fun things. If you like wigs like the one on my head, then you'll want to know all about Suzi, a brand new style. And while I know this style isn't going to be for everyone, it is a fun one, and I can't wait to tell you all about her. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. I'm partnering with name brand wigs to bring you this review of Suzi. All right, I know this isn't going to be for everyone, and you know, a short, super curly, super layered, super voluminous style definitely is a challenging one to start with. So if you're new to the wig wearing journey, I will show you some styling options in just a little bit. So if you can't help yourself and you want to buy a wig like this, but you get it and you think, what was I thinking? Because if you've been losing your hair for a long time, this is going to feel like too much. But don't panic, because there's so many things you can do with a short wig to style it up and to tame some of the volume. So stick around for that segment, because I know that some of you have never thought of styling your wig with accessories, because I certainly didn't when I first started wearing wigs, but it really is one of the best ways to help you get used to wearing wigs. All right, let's take a look at this one from all sides. And I will just say, when I put her on, I really thought she was cute. Now this is straight out of the box. All I did was run my fingers through and did a little bit of finger styling, but I haven't done anything more to this. So this is inside the cap. It's just a machine-made cap, otherwise known as a basic cap. One thing I noted, these ear tabs are really small. This ear tab, compared to some others, are really, really small, kind of a mini ear tab, if you will. So what that means is if you wear glasses, these ear tabs might be great for you. But if you need a lot of really good coverage on the sides of your head, smaller ear tabs could mean that you won't get as good of coverage as you would like. But all of that really does depend on how the wig fits you as well. There's an extended nape. It's all open, wefted all throughout. There's openings on these ear tabs. This is an open extended nape. So a lot of kind of airflow potential can get through this cap, since there are so many open wefts. So this is a pretty lightweight wig. I had said 3.21 ounces. For the length though, I've seen a little bit lighter, so this does have a fair amount of hair. I would say this is a moderate density piece. And there is Permatease. So there is Permatease. So I'm feeling a little bit of poofy, pillowy Permatease right here, and right here. But for the most part, it's not a heavy Permatease. There's crimpy fibers all throughout. And while it does have a lot of volume, it's not like Permatease volume. It's layers and curls. So there is Permatease, but it is not a super heavy application of it. I've seen wigs with much heavier Permatease. But if you wanted to get some more volume out of this one, I think you could, especially if you use some product on it. Tressallure Wig Wax is so great for getting volume in wigs. I have a video where I review that. So if you're looking for volume, I think you can get volume out of this one. But if you don't want volume, here is where the styling comes in. This would not be a short wig review without a headband. I always show headbands with these shorter wigs because I think they can make such a difference and give you a lot more styling flexibility. I love these cloth covered headbands. They just fit perfectly. They don't squeeze my head, and they come in so many different options. This one looks like it has a bandana tied around it. I will link my Amazon store in the description so that you can maybe find a couple of headbands that might help you if you're struggling or if you just want to be able to style your wigs. So I just kind of play with the wig. I pull some of the hair back behind the headband because I like getting the hair up and over the headband like this, but you know, the sky's the limit on what you want to do. And then one thing I love to do when I have a headband on is I love to tuck the hair behind my ear. That gives it such a lower profile, and if you're overwhelmed by the hair, doing something like this will make the wig seem like it has a lot less hair than before you styled it. So you could keep the hair out, or you can tuck it behind your ear. So many different options. And if the wig is a little big on you like this is, and if the ear tabs are a little low and make it hard to tuck, you can just kind of pull the hair back and stick a little bobby pin behind. Every wig comes with bobby pins because they bobby pin the cap to the box so it doesn't shift around. So use a bobby pin and you can definitely get that hair back there, whether you can tuck it or you just need to bobby pin it. But look at what a difference that made. Huge difference. And I did some fluffing. You don't have to do that fluffing. You can smooth it down, and because of the way it has a fringe in the front, it just is seamless, and you don't have to worry about anybody knowing that you have a wig on. First of all, they can't see the cap. Second of all, anybody who's not a wig wearer would never ever suspect that you have a wig on when you style it. Not ever. Another option would be to use little claw clips. These little claw clips are my favorite styling accessory because you can do so much with them. But one thing I like to do with curly wigs, I was just twisting these fibers, and then I like to stick the little claw clip in there, and that's also going to help tame it and tamp down the volume. So if, again, you're finding yourself in a situation where you don't know what's going to work for you, and at some point you just have to make a purchase, get yourself a few little accessories because it really will make all the difference. And then, you know, I like to do twists sort of all around. Let me grab another clip. I just think it's a really cute look. It can be polished and fancy if you want to get fancy little clips, but now I have none of that volume that you may have been struggling with, and all it took was 3 little claw clips or a headband. So just keep in mind, if you style your wigs, I am certain your journey is going to become easier. Now let's talk about fit. I did mention a little bit ago that this is fitting me big, and it is. So I'm getting a lot of extra cap up here, and it is really, really stretchy. I find Envy wigs to run really true to average. I have a very pretty petite head. I have a 21 1/4 circumference. I think I am 12 ear to ear and 12.25 hairline to nape. Sometimes I forget my measurements, so just look below to confirm. But so one thing that you can do if you're finding that this is big on you is you can pull these adjusters. This is the bra strap type adjuster. Sometimes they don't want to stay put and they eventually kind of work their way back out. Once you get it adjusted where you want it, take a needle and thread. You don't have to know how to sew. I don't know how to sew, but you can just take a little stitch right over that plastic piece on here, and that will hold that securely in place. So whoa, that's so much better. So I cinched it in a fair amount, and now it does feel a lot more secure on my head. But I am getting a lot of extra cap, and that means, I really think that means if you have a really average head measurement, this is going to fit you really well. It does have a little bit of stretch, and these ear tabs are giving me amazing coverage because this is so big on me ear to ear. So I would have to tuck glasses underneath these ear tabs because they are kind of coming down so low. I'm actually really grateful that they're on the smaller side as ear tabs go, because otherwise I think they'd probably be sitting on my ears. So I would just say this is running really true to average with some stretch. All right, let's talk about color. Almond Breeze. This is described as a dark blonde with light blonde highlights, and that is the perfect description. This is more of an ashy color. The blondes are not golden, they're not warm. It is more on the neutral to ashy side. So the darker blonde in here is absolutely ashy. I think this might sometimes have the tiniest bit of a gray tone in some lighting. It doesn't look gray, it's not gray. But when you get into those ashy blondes, that can happen. So we've got a really kind of a cool light blonde and an ashy dark blonde. And you can see those highlights here and there, but it isn't a super stripy highlighted, and there is no rooting, so the color is consistent all the way through. So if you like darker blondes, you don't mind lighter blonde highlights, and you want the color to be more neutral to ashy, you don't want the warmth, you don't want strawberry, you don't want it to pull a little red, you don't like yellow blondes or kind of golden, then this could be a great color for you because it's none of those things. You know, when I play with the wigs in these videos as much as I do, sometimes by the end, I'm worried that they don't look as good as they maybe could. So please keep that in mind. I'm just playing with the wig and I'm trying to show you everything I can think of, you're not going to be doing that when you have the wig on your head. So once you kind of get it where you want it, it should be fine. Let's get outside so you can see this color outside. I appreciate you guys so much. And please show name brand wigs a little bit of love next time you're in the market, because they really do support this community a whole lot. And I, for one, appreciate it. Talk to you soon. All right, friends. Got direct sunlight on this girl. This is the next day after I filmed the review, because it was late and I couldn't get out in the sunlight. Cloudy is better because the direct sunlight can really play off the fibers, but at least you're getting a sense of how kind of neutral to ashy this color is. All right, there you go. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.